EA Sports coverage of the NFL has come to East Asia in the bustling metropolis that is Tokyo, Japan. Tonight it's on to Week 4 as we've got a good Thursday night matchup in store. As it'll be the Orbits of Dublin taking on the Dragons of Tokyo. On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. His guys fell short in Ireland, so they are hoping a return to the States will do them some good. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys stuck in a bit of a losing streak right now, hoping the home fans can help them get out of this slump. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Miller. Takes it to about the 37.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Back to throw. Blanton. He's got his man. That's the rookie from Florida State. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
That's good.
15 yards on the play. 1st down.
And defensively here, it's hard to overlook the fact that this is an offense that's dead last in the NFL in rushing. So this back 7's going to be tested. Heck, might be more of a back 8. No doubt about that. And they surrender the catch here and the 1st down.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 31 yards there to 1st down.
That's another Dublin 1st down. A gain of 31 yards. 1st down.
They'll run it again with Miller. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the up. Does the big boy have the juice? And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. And how about the big boy showing off the wheels?
Let's face it, anybody who watches a game, even if it goes against your team, when there's a big man with the football, everyone locks in.
All eyes.
Everyone locks in, and they're rumbling. You can feel it all the way to the upper reaches of the stands.
So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And they will be led out by their 6'3 quarterback.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Got it. Ready?
Following the fumble recovery, O'Connell. He finds his man complete. It's Stanley. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 30-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now a give right side. Stanley. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll go for it. O'Connell working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration.
Let's go.
And they go play action here with O'Connell. And he slings one that's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were in nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Blanton. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Orbits use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point attempt to follow here. And it's good to make it 7-0.
Makes the score
Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
The numbers for Kelly a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, they love them when they're 6s.
Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. O'Connell from the gun on 3rd down. That is caught. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
And that's how you shake off the interception you throw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Picked up by Julian Blackman. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
They'll take over 1st
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. When you look at this defense, they're a unit that enters play way down, number 28 in the NFL right now against the run.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Looking to throw. Blanton. He's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Tokyo offense heads back out there now. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Play action. Now O'Connell. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
At the 29-yard line.
They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Yeah, they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. That's taken in by Franklin. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Stanley. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
At the 26-yard line.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays. 3 1st downs?
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They run up the gap with Kelly. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 27-yard line.
Come on.
Going quickly out wide to Moore. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Dragons are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Dublin's offense now set to take over. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
60 Eagles.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a 1st down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. The Tokyo offense heads back out there now. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Go! 19.
Off the play fake, here's O'Connell. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
Now he'll tuck this and run. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Let's go.
Off the play fake, O'Connell. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
And once again, O'Connell back to throw. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
Three first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the 1st half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out, got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
Again, it's Miller. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
3rd down.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. From the gun on 3rd down. Blanton. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Here's Ryan Rico now, as he's on here to punt it away. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Tokyo set to go on offense once again. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call. but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead. That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline, and that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback, and he put it right where it needed to be.
They run with it. It's Kelly. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. O'Connell working from the gun. Hard throw, incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection. It looked good when it left his foot, but he kind of sliced it a little bit, and he winds up missing it wide right.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Off play action. Blanton. Got his man. It's Dortch. So the completion good for just 3. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. From the gun on 3rd down. Blanton. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And the fair catch is made. It's going to pin them back here at the 7-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. They'll start on the ground. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the defense has come up with it. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Slot man moves right. Following the fumble recovery. Blanton to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now. Back to throw. Blanton setting up the screen for Miller. Touchdown! Kendre Miller from a yard out. And his guys have taken the lead.
Great field position has to be one of the best friends an offense can have. When you don't have very far to go, you should cash it in with points. Extra point forthcoming.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Orbits.
The drive there only spanning 3 plays. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Tokyo offense heads back out there now. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Now they'll change things around before the snap. Fakes the handoff. Now O'Connell to throw. And he'll find Hall. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
At the 40-yard line.
They'll give up the middle to Kelly. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Back to throw, O'Connell. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Throw left side complete. That's Hall. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Let's go.
Kelly is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
Here's O'Connell. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. And for the 2nd time this half, on comes the field goal unit here. And this one is right through. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. One final go for this offense here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 46-yard line.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Blanton. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now a 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Off the play fake. Blanton under pressure here and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thank you. And this one's still anybody's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half as we are about to get underway. So a 4-point game here as we get set to resume action in this third quarter of play. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And he's looking to take much better care of the football here in half two after 3 first-half interceptions.
We don't have to just look strictly at the numbers here. You know what else happens to a team when you turn it over 3 times like that? It erodes confidence in you. And it erodes confidence in the offense. And hey, and the defensive guys looking over and saying, what is going on here? And instead of playing for the team, they're playing angry and mad at their teammates.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They go quickly here out to Moore. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll hand it off to Kelly. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Now O'Connell. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch.
That's another Tokyo first down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Again, this is Kelly. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Now he's going to step up and run. And they'll get to him short of the first down at about the 16. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on second down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They go play action here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off play action. Blanton. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good gain of 12 yards that time.
First down. A gain of 12. And a Dublin first down.
Off the play fake. Blanton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It's second down and 10.
They'll look to throw again. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
How to approach this. Third down and 16 yards to go. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
He's been patient this entire game, waiting for the perfect moment to surprise them with a quarterback keeper. There he catches him off guard and converts his first rush of the game into a first down. Gotta love that efficiency.
Now a play fake here on first down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush.
And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 48.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
2 yards the loss, second and 12.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 46-yard line.
Here's O'Connell looking to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hall. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
A gain of 9 brings up
3rd and 3. And O'Connell now to throw. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And on now is the punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving it. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Going back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a little bit of space there, takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. To throw here, O'Connell. And it's caught. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Let's go now. 19, Tiger, 19.
4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Throwing, O'Connell. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They get the crucial turnover, just huge, but now they've got the football deep in their own territory, and you got to be careful because if you give it right back, there goes your lead.
Have to be extremely happy with their defense. They received a gift. That takeaway, even though they're deep in their own territory, now they have the football. And you know there's always that alpha on defense, that grouchy guy. Forget what the coaches said. I'll guarantee you, he told the quarterback, we just took care of you. Now you take care of us.
And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Blanton. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Got him in. It's Brown. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Blanton. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. Back to throw. Blanton. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Off play action. Blanton. Looking middle, and that's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards.
10 yards.
And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
At the 42-yard line.
Looking to throw. Blanton. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Off the play fake. Blanton. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And his kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone.
Washington. Taken down back at the 18-yard line.
Now they'll change things up. Play action. Now O'Connell. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
A 7-yard gain on the play.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Operating from the gun, Blanton. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. He finds his man, complete. That's Person. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. I have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Touchdown.
What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the fourth quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax. Yeah.
Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
A first throw for the backup, Wilson. Complete to Kelly. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Washington's got it. Here's 2nd down and 3. So Wilson wants a different look.
Gain of 7 brings up 2nd and 3 at the 18-yard line.
On the out route, he completes it to Hall. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Here we go, 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
They go play action with Wilson. And this is caught down for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense